Danny, you were texting us earlier saying how Lisa Salters and a lot of, very respected people in the sports world have come to the conclusion that, wow, we haven't given the Joker, we haven't given Jokic any credit at all. And you were quick to point out, we have.
Yeah. And so have a lot of other national shows.
I believe so, yeah.
I feel like Michael Malone, or Mike Malone as we used to call him, I hear he doesn't like that. But he seems like the kind of coach where he just likes to stay angry.
Wait, what does he prefer?
Michael now.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like when Rick Schroeder was like, when Richie Schroeder was like, I'm Rick Schroeder now.
Yeah.
Or Debbie Gibson's like, it's Deborah Gibson.
Well, Michael Malone was also pushing this narrative that, hey, the media and the public has been talking more about LeBron and what he's not doing and the Lakers and LeBron and not enough about Jokic and the clinic he's putting on and how great he's played.
To quote Malone, he said, the national narrative after game one was, hey, the Lakers are fine. No one talked about the historic performance of the Joker. The narrative wasn't about the Nuggets. The narrative wasn't about Nikola. You put that in your pipe, you smoke it, you come back, and you know what? We're up 2-0.
Yeah, and it's not true at all. We spent the entire hour giving the Joker props.
Not even just us. I heard that so many times throughout the week of, man, this is a different level of play and
this
fundamentals.
Guy should have won the MVP.
Should have won MVP.
Yes, yeah.
He put on a show. Look how dominant he is. And how we all got to watch it on a main stage, on a big stage. I thought that was just as much the narrative. It's not that we didn't talk about LeBron, but I think that anyone that's in the know of basketball or is watching, everybody talked about how great Jokic was. And I think maybe this is Michael Malone's way of keeping his team fired up.
I call him Mikey Malone.
Little Mike?
I call him Little Mikey Malone.
But maybe that's his way of saying, yeah, they're talking about LeBron. They think you're not as good as these guys. We got to show them. Maybe that's just his way in their reality, and how they perceive things, because it's really not the general public's perception as far as I've seen it.
To quote him again, he said, for those that might not know him, just so you know, he's got 13 triple-doubles in the playoffs now.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he's a 2-time MVP, almost won again.
Yeah, and Rich, you read that a lot nicer than he sounded. He was very salty when he was saying this, and it came off odd to me because the Joker is so likable, and there's a lot of things to like about that team, but not the coach.
Yeah,
right.
you know who you could blame a little bit? You could blame the fact that because the Nuggets, they haven't historically been a very exciting or, fan-based type of team, so they don't get a lot of national games. You're not putting on TNT or ESPN or the Game of the Week or seeing the
even
Nuggets.
Jokic, for as great as he is, he's not like a sexy guy to watch. You know what I mean? He's just playing.
Are you saying right now on Fox Sports like Steve Covino doesn't find him sexy?
I'm just saying he's not even boring because he's dominant.
Who do you find sexy?
He's not a flashy player, right? So it kind of makes sense.
In fact, to quote you, I believe,
as they say today, like he's been given all his flowers throughout the week. I don't like that expression, but
to
it's true.
quote you, a month ago, I believe I wrote this down. I believe you called him a Serbian goon.
Serbian goon, but still one of the best out there.
I believe that was what you called him.
I mean, it was still true, but he's still one of the best.
Yep.
Still one of the best. So let's hear what Michael had to say about this.
Sweet Mickey.
Do you think this team's feeding off, it's old school maybe, but very cliche, a chip on the shoulder or not?
Yeah, I hope so. Whatever we can use for motivation. I think a lot of our guys, to be honest, they may not admit this or not. You win game one of the playoffs, and all everybody talked about was the Lakers. Let's be honest, that was a national narrative was, hey, the Lakers are fine. They're down 1-0, but they figured something out. No one talked about Nikola just had a historic performance. He's got 13 triple-doubles now, third all-time. What he's doing is just incredible, but the narrative wasn't about the Nuggets. The narrative wasn't about Nikola. The narrative was about the Lakers and their adjustments. So, you put that in your pipe, you smoke it, and you come back, and you know what? We're going to go up 2-0.
Do you think that narrative changes tonight?
No, I don't care if it does. You know what I mean? Because we know our narrative in that locker room. We know that we're not done. We haven't done anything yet. All right, you got to win a game on the other team's home court if you really want to do something in the series. And we know how great that team is, especially on their home court.
I think this is just his way of motivating his team. Like, we're the underdogs. No one cares about us. We're just the Nuggets. And I think they run with that. I think he believes it, but That was not the national
Do you
narrative.
think he believes it? Because there's no way he tuned into the TV shows that next morning after Game 1 or any of the national radio shows and did not hear his star player getting love.
I don't want to sound hypocritical because, of course, we talked about, hey, that was a good loss. The Lakers still came
we
back.
did. Yeah, was there such thing as a good loss? But that was just half of the conversation.
That's half of the story. Yeah. Like, how do you ignore that story? So, of course, we talked about it and how they made adjustments. They look good, but we also talked about how dominant the Nuggets played and how great Jokic played. And it's not just us. We're just one little facet of Fox Sports Radio, and everything else in the world of sports. I heard it all week, so I think this is just a rally cry.
I agree with you and Danny, but when LeBron and the Lakers lose, it will always be part of the storyline. Like I said, when Tom Brady loses or if Mahomes loses, when a star player loses, that does become part of the narrative, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in any sport, right? If Aaron Judge is peeking at signs, he's the reigning MVP. It's going to be a storyline, right? My big takeaway was that I want to thank Mike Malone for bringing back one of my, I feel like my grandpa.
Michael, please.
I'm sorry, Michael. I feel like it's such a grandparent phrase. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah. Do you feel like that's something like your mom or grandparents would say?
No, my mom says this world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, yeah.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
This world's going to hell in a handbasket.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
She says it all the time, though.
Came from the mining days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what
they used to drop guys down to put explosives in the mine shafts.
Oh, see, my mom's been, she's like 100 years old, so.
For gold. It was during the gold rush.
Yeah.
She was there. She was there.
She was there.
Fool's gold. It's fool. I just think he's keeping his team fired up, and he sees it from one side. He wants everything to be about the Denver Nuggets, and I think it's pretty fair. I think he's getting lots of love, as he should. Jokic is playing dominant.
I think you're focusing too much on the Joker and LeBron. There's another series, Jimmy Butler. You think he's going to bring the same intensity tonight, Game 2?
I do. Or as LeBron keeps saying, sorry to bring it back to LeBron.
Jeez, look at you, LeBron. Tell me more
I
about
think
LeBron.
That's for a fact, but he keeps saying the same level of desperation. Like, even if you win, right, you got to come back with that same level of desperation. That's what Jimmy Butler has to do tonight.
Well, just to give you a couple of Vegas
You can't
point
get
spreads.
comfy.
To give you a couple of Vegas point spreads, and I only bring this up because Vegas has been other than the Miami Celtics game on both Lakers Nuggets games, Vegas has been perfect in predicting the point spread.
Just ridiculous.
Like within a half a point. So just to keep that in mind, Celtics heavy favorites, 10 points favorite tonight over the Heat. Everyone assuming the Celtics will rebound and just pick up Game 2. And tomorrow night, home court is giving the Lakers that same advantage. Lakers are favored by 5.5 Game 3 over the Nuggets.
Well, that's the other question that we were discussing in our little pre-show meeting when we were having our little get-together. Can the Lakers win 2 in L.A.? And it's not can they. Yeah, of course they can. Yeah. But, will they? Will they win? Is it possible that they win 2 in L.A. and then what happens?
Well, and remember, both teams undefeated on their home courts so in the playoffs. So the Nuggets haven't lost at home during the playoffs, and neither have the Lakers.
And, that goes with the Dan Beyer theory where we disagreed a little bit, where Dan said, until you lose at home, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's the difference
So,
maker,
you could say, hey, Lakers pick up a win in Game 3, that's step 1. They win again in Game 4, and then it's a 3-game series, right? So we shall see. Enjoy your NBA tonight.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see Tatum go off after the embarrassing end of the Game 1 for him.
See, now I'm super pumped. Thank you, guys. Now I'm extra pumped for tonight.